Hey everybody, it's your girl Tennessee North. Yeah, I'm going to give you a little video, like I always tell you. I'm going to try to keep it short. Well, today's video, it's a Saturday. And so, I'm just going to do something simple. I'm going to do a 1 skillet spaghetti. Yeah, take that 1 skillet, make some spaghetti, and probably make a little salad. Nothing much. It's only me, the mister, my youngest son, and sous chef here today. So, we're just going to make something small. It's Saturday. We don't want to work hard on Saturday. Yeah. So, I'm going to... Here comes sous chef. Yeah. That's my shadow I can't get rid of. And if y'all see Tennessee North face a little glittery, you're not seeing things. Sous chef did Nana's makeup. Every time she gets some makeup, she wants to come and work on Nana. I don't know why she uses me as a guinea pig, but she always does. So, that's what we're doing today. It's just Saturday. Spending time with my sous chef. Yeah. So, I'm going to chop up a few veggies. I got my water on boiling. I'm going to add a little chicken bouillon to that water, you know, to give the noodles some flavor. And,
That's not Barbie.
yeah, that's what we're going to do. So.
This is not a Barbie.
Okay, I'm going to shake a little chicken bouillon in this water. And I'm also put a little oil in it. Just like that. And I'm not making a whole lot. Because I'm trying not to have leftovers. I cleaned out my refrigerator, and you wouldn't believe the stuff that I threw away. They don't really eat leftovers. And I have some of this half-length spaghetti. You don't have to break it. It's already broke up for you. My water is just about to start boiling. So I'm going to go ahead and throw some in here. Like so. I tell you, I'm not making a lot because I don't want any leftovers. Like that. And that's all I'm going to add in there. Yeah. So this is about to come to a boil. You can see the bubbles coming up. So let's get working on these vegetables. Okay. I had some onions that were already cut up. Since I'm not making a whole lot, I'm going to use these onions to get them out of the refrigerator. I'm going to cut up a little bell pepper. Just a little bit. I tell you, doing it all in 1 skillet. There's my can of rotel. And that's my ground beef. So, yeah. So, I hadn't talked about my childhood in a while. So, saw a childhood friend. And, got to thinking about something funny from my childhood. Now, I grew up in what they call a neighborhood. You know, where you had the next door neighbors and you know, you had flowers in your yard and you kept your yard cut and, you know, stuff like that. And everybody knew each other. You know, you could borrow a cup of sugar, send me a cup of flour. Do you have, you know, some coffee, something. You could do that. You could borrow from your neighbors, and you know. And in my neighborhood, they always said, if you came from that neighborhood, you were family, and that's what it seemed like. We had 3 little neighborhood stores, right in kind of proximity of each other, everything in walking distance. And where I lived at, the park was right outside my back door. And when my mother called your name, you better be in earshot. And my next door neighbor was Miss Rudolph, Wilma Rudolph's mother. And Wilma Rudolph's children. Because they spent most of their time with their grandmother. Her name was Miss Blanche. And it's a funny thing, I didn't know she was famous when I was a kid. She was just Wilma. Yeah. Now this is during the 70s. I got to thinking about it since we had this bad weather. The first time I witnessed a tornado. We were playing softball. Like I said, the park was right behind my house. And I don't know, I got in trouble about something. My mom said I had to come home and sit for a while. So I came and sat on the back porch and was looking at the park, which was in feet, just feet away from me. And all of a sudden, the wind began to blow real hard. Came up out of nowhere. And the trash can used to be a little hook thing that it sat on. Jumped off, metal trash can, jumped off and rolled down the hill. I thought, wow, what happened? Well, then the wind was blowing so hard, all the kids in the park started running, scattering. Everybody was scattering. And maybe about 15, 20 kids ran into our house. Everybody was scared. But since you were like family, it wasn't no big deal. My mother rather they ran in the house than get caught out there. And so they were all in there, you know, sticking it out until the storm calmed down. My mom, you know, let everybody's parents know they in here. They ran in here, tried to get out of the storm. And a funnel just kind of came up and went through the park. Oh my goodness. Dirt, debris, stuff was flying. And we were scared. And that's my fondest early remember of ever seeing a tornado. So many funny things happened when I was a kid. I had some older cousins. And some teenage cousins, and they were boys, 16, 17 years old. And on this one particular day, gone past the tornado, but this is another day. My mother was hanging out clothes. Back then, people didn't have dryers in the house. You hung out your clothes. And so this car went by, and it said, "Help!" My mama turned around, and we all kind of turned. We was outside too, and turned around, "Help!" Mom said, "What was that?" Somebody hollering from a car. A few minutes later, that same car came back speeding, and they hollered, "Hey, Ruth!" Mom said, "What?" The car was out of control. They didn't have any brakes, and they went up and around. Went around the park, came back around. "Help!" my mama said, what in the world? So when they came back, they was hollering, no brakes. And so when they came back speeding, she hollered, turn the wheel toward the curb. Turn the wheel. And whoever was driving did that on the fourth time coming around. And they, boom, went up on the curb. It stopped the car. My cousin, they was in some car, and somebody had taken their mom or some car. It was out joyriding, and they were sitting up in the car. And my mom, she chewed them out. Why were you in that car anyway? And, my mom was like their favorite aunt, because she wasn't a whole lot older than them. And so that was, I'm just telling you this because it was something funny that happened. And Tennessee North was kind of a tomboy. What brought me to thinking about my childhood was I ran into an old friend. And this was his sister. And got to talking about her. And her mother's still living. And I said, I really need to go see her mom. Her mom is in her 80s, close to 90. And now I think she's just turned 90. And a funny thing happened was, like I said, I was a tomboy. Tomboy, tomgirl / I was girly, but yet tomboyish too. And I used to like to play marbles. I'd just be playing and got real good at it. So this one particular time, this friend, I guess he assumed that he was a big marble player. Well, I only had like a little jar of marbles, and he had this big jar. And I went down there and got into playing, and I really wasn't playing, but he wanted to keep playing. Well, he was losing his marbles to me, and he didn't want to quit. Keep on until he got his marbles back. Well, he wasn't getting them back, he would just continue losing. And so, finally, back in the 70s, marbles was like a big thing. You get special marbles and whatnot. And at the end of the put it this way, Tennessee North ended up with all his marbles. He had nothing to play with, so I went home, and he ran in the house crying. So I took the marbles home, and didn't think no more about it. I went on back out and started playing with something else, with some other people. And so when my mom got home from work, like I said, all she'd do is holler out the door. You came a running. And she says, this guy, mom, called her and asked, could you tell her can she give him back his marbles? I said, no, he lost them fair and square. And she says, I know, but he's crying, and his mom wanted to know if you could give them back to him. And I said, no, he lost them fair and square, Mom. I'm not going to give him back. She says, well, give him some of them then. And so, my mom had to do some convincing to get me to give them back to him. So I walked down there, and all the friends that was playing out there, they were always in the yard. And so I wouldn't give them to his mom. I said, I'm going to give them to him. So when he came to the door, I said, I'm going to give you these marbles. I didn't give him some of them. I gave them all back to him. But, with those bragging rights, I'm going to give them back to you, crybaby. He didn't come outside for a few days. Yeah. So I got mine. I gave them back to him, but I got those bragging rights. And so everybody knew him to be a crybaby, crying over some marbles. They didn't mean nothing to Tennessee North. And I had asked about him, and we all laughed about that. Now, we can laugh about it now. So, yeah. Same thing, there was another guy in my neighborhood climbing trees. It was his idea to see who could climb the tree the fastest and the highest. Tennessee North. This is moving. Beat him up the tree. He didn't like that. Beat him down the tree. You know, I got so far and I jumped. And, yeah, he didn't like that. That because I beat him, he threw and hit me in the leg with a rock. Ran home. My mom called down there. It was the first time I ever had stitches. And I had about 3 or 4 stitches in my leg. And his mom tore him up. And she said, well, he likes her. And because she beat him, made him mad. Well, so, yeah. And there's another one. I'll tell you, I had some bouts with some boys. This one right here, this boy stayed in trouble all the time. And half the neighborhood was scared of him. And him and his brothers. And they were supposed to be like the bad guys in the neighborhood. They moved from Nashville to here. They had some family here. And they moved here. And so he started going to our school. And stayed in something all the time. Every time he turned around, they had put him out of school. Well, when they closed the all-black school, we had to start going to school with the white kids, which wasn't bad, but he was something else. And so I was in the 5th grade when they closed the black school down and mixed us. And hold on. Okay, I got my green peppers and onions in. I just took my noodles out and drained it. I just put a little touch of love in there. I'm going to put some salt and pepper. I had to pause for a minute. I had some company came in. My grandson, my youngest grandson came in. And I got an early birthday present. So they was bringing me an early birthday present from his other grandma, his memo, who's also happened to be a YouTube subscriber of mine. And she sent me an early birthday present. A basket of all kind of goodies. They know I'm a big fan of football. So I have to show y'all before this video is out. Okay. Let me let this brown. Okay. Put a can of Rotel in. And some chunky garden ragu. Okay, let that simmer. Turn it up just a little. Pinch of sugar. Yeah, my grandson, I'll have him tomorrow, but he came to drop off my my early birthday present from his other grandmother. Okay, I'm back. This is simmering. Now I'm going to add my pasta, my spaghetti in it. I got some Texas cheese toast over here. I'm going to run in the oven. I told you this is going to be a simple, simple dish. Put my toast in the oven. Okay, now I'm going to add some cheese to it. I'm going to let it sit like this, and I'm going to turn it off. The spaghetti is done. I'm waiting on my cheese toast. I'm going to throw a little salad together. I'm going to make a small salad just for me. And sous chef. So we're going to about half of that cucumber. And I'm going to peel it. Okay, we had a phone call, so we had to pause for a minute. The sous chef is finished peeling
Nana's cucumber.
the cucumber because me and her is the only one eating salad.
Nobody else.
So we got a little lettuce here, already in here.
There we go.
Okay. Now we're gonna put this cucumber in here. We're not putting a lot of stuff in here. The bread just came out.
Can I cut it? Can I cut it?
No, let Nana cut.
Then we're going to add some of this after we put the cucumbers inside.
Okay. So we're gonna drop our cucumbers in there. Throw those away. And we're gonna put some tomatoes in it.
Then we're gonna add this.
Now I like very little lettuce. More, don't do that. Put the top back on because it's got to be shook up. And very little lettuce. Lots of tomatoes. And that's all we're going to put in our salad.
All right.
Okay. 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 Let me clean this mess up right here. and we'll get our plate going. Okay. Here's my finished product. 1 skillet spaghetti, salad, a little Texas toast. And, sous chef, show yours.
Then I got a froggy.
She's got hers on the froggy. Let Nana hold yours up.
A frog in my eyes.
She has a frog. Salad, spaghetti, garlic toast, Texas toast, on a frog. And we're drinking Coke.
Coca-Cola.
So, let us speak to the Lord about this. Amen.
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 Okay. And
La, la, la.
best thing on
Stickers.
spaghetti. So I'm going to shake a little of this on there. This right here has Parmesan in it, oregano, garlic, crushed red peppers. Put it on a pizza, spaghetti. And yeah. I'm going to add just a little more Parmesan cheese on mine. Well, this is a new one. Got to open it up.
Then I have some also.
Yeah. I'm going to shake some on mine.
Now my turn.
And she's going to shake some on hers. It's just a Nana and a sous chef tonight. Okay. Don't touch it. Hold it up some. Hold it up from. Shake. Okay. And there you have it. So, tell me what you think. Let her get a taste and tell me. Is that a Tracy eye? Oh, Lord, did you see the look at those eyes? Goodness. Must be okay. Okay. Let Nana give it a taste. Sit at the end, they could see you. Yeah. Yeah. Hold on. Yeah. It's all that. Sometimes the simplest stuff is a... Salad pretty tasty too. It's Nana and Grandma night. Yeah. Tennessee North just popped up on the screen. It's our favorite show. Would better to go with spaghetti than some cheese toast. I was telling y'all about some things that happened when I was my childhood. I was telling you about a guy that I grew up with when I was in school, elementary school, went to the 6th grade. And this guy that I went to school with, was a bad actor. You know, him and his brothers. If it wasn't nailed down, they would get it. Yeah. My parents wasn't rich, but they made sure I had the things that I needed, and most of the time, things that I wanted, within reason. Y'all see that glitter on my face. And every summer, we used to get bicycles. Because one year, this guy, him and his brother, stole my bike. Painted it with house paint, as if that was going to disguise it, but so, one day when I was in the 6th grade, there was a girl in the class who lived in my neighborhood. And she's very timid. And he had got out of reform school, and they put him in our class. And one day the teacher had walked out of the class, and he started picking on her. Now, I sit in the back of the class, and I used to be ride back on 2 legs on my seat. And he started picking on her. And I don't know what came over me, because I was kind of scared of him myself. But, don't do that. And I don't know, something came over me, and I said, pick on somebody who will fight you back. Leave her alone. Why did I say that? Because you know what he did? While I was riding back on those 2 legs, he kicked my chair out from under me. Something came over me. I don't think I was on that ground a second before I bounced back up and went to wailing on him. I don't know where I got that courage, but I was just so mad at the fact that he was picking on her, that when he kicked that chair out from under me, and I think I scared him because he didn't know I was going to fight him back. And by the time that teacher came back to the class, because she heard all the screaming and yelling from the other student, his nose was bleeding, my nose was bleeding. His mouth was bleeding. Yeah, he knew he had been in a fight. Well, all the kids started teasing him. Yeah, that girl beat you up. Well, he got expelled from school. And every time I saw him, I'm going to get you. I'm going to get you. And for a minute, I was kind of scared of him. I said, no, I'm not going to stay in the house and not play. Well, one day he did get me back. He shot me with a BB gun in the butt. Oh. Yeah. Which didn't do to land him in trouble again. And this guy, years later, I saw him again. And I'd had children. And I heard somebody hollering out the window at me as I was driving by. And I didn't know who it was. And I looked, and he was really waving out the window, as if me and him had been the best of friends. It was him. He done got out of jail. He had been in the penitentiary. And he had got out. And a friend that one of my close friends that I met when I was in the 7th grade, she had a younger sister. And one day I was at a store, and she was with him. And I told her sister, I said, oh, no. He's a bad actor. She don't want that. Well, she had been married to a guy in the military, and he had an aneurysm and died. And so she was left raising four kids by herself. But she was doing okay. You know, the military was taking good care of her. And somehow she met with him. And I told her sister, I said, oh no. She don't want to fool with him. And I was right. One day my mother called me and said, call your friend and tell her she needs to check on her sister. She says, this guy's mother just happened to live across the street from my mother. And she says, I saw them arguing. They went around the house. She said it's been some hours. He came back around the house, but she never came around the house. And I think she needs to go check on her. Well, shortly after that, ambulance and police was over there. My mom said, tell her I think she needs to go to the hospital. I think he's done something to her. And so I called her and told her. And she says, come go to the hospital with me. I don't want to go by myself. And her father and all met at the hospital, and we all went out there. But when I got there, her father says, oh, no, let her in. She's family. I got there before she did. He's still in the penitentiary now. He killed her. He had stabbed her so many times. There wasn't a spot on her that didn't have a mark on her. I knew he was a bad actor, but who would have thought that he would have that in him to do that? Seeing something like that, it's something you never want to see. Every time his parole keeps coming up, keeps getting denied. I don't believe in killing anyone, but some don't deserve to be out amongst everyday people. Yeah. Growing up with him, I knew he had some issues. He was always doing something. I remember once we was in high school, he would go to reform school and stay gone a while, and after that incident with me and him, we didn't see him no more till high school. And we had a sit-in, something they were protesting against. Now, this was in the late 70s, 78, 79. And even though we were having a peaceful sit-in, he took a chair and hit the principal across the back with it, almost killed him. The system was tired of him. They gave him a choice: military or in the penitentiary. He went in the military. Didn't even get through basic training. Ended up doing something else and went to the pen again. Got out. Then he committed the heinous crime of murder. Some people are just got something in them that it's unexplainable. Yeah. Yeah. And Tennessee North is not one of those kind of people who wish anything bad on somebody. But I pray he never sees the light of day. I think some people need to stay locked up. Just get some help while you're there. But it's a danger to society. Yeah. I came up in a neighborhood. I mean, when I said it was a neighborhood, it was a neighborhood. Everybody got along. You know, your parents sat on the porch at night and watched the kids play in the summer. You knew your neighbor. That neighborhood don't exist anymore. It's a project now. I go through there. I don't even know the place anymore. It's children raising children, or their lack of. Children with children. The drug dealers and have taken over. Not a neighborhood. Nothing neighborly about it. It's just the hood. But a lot of good people came out of that neighborhood that once was. A lot of fond memories. Hide and go seek and hanging with my friends, walking to school. Yeah. The neighborhood. I don't know why my camera keeps going down slowly but little. Yeah. You never forget those kind of things. Childhood memories. Actually, me and Mr. grew up in the same neighborhood. It's just I didn't know him. I knew his sister. He has a set of twins, brother and sister, that I went to school with. They were a year ahead of me. It's 10 years between me and Mr. all in all, it was still good memories. I wouldn't take nothing for them. But it's always some things that you like to forget. That's enough. No, that's enough. Back when I was a kid, I never dreamed that I would have grandkids. My sister has 2 kids, and all her grandkids are grown. She's on her great-grands. And all my grands are young. Susha, 6. Thing 4 and 3. Lerone is 4. Jerome is 3. Everett was 3 months old yesterday. Yeah. Then I had some grown ones by the first marriage. Yeah. I'm not gonna hold you. Me and sous chef here. Stop. I'm gonna finish our meal. And I guess we're gonna retire for the night. Well, we're not going to bed, but gonna watch some TV.
Like,
yeah.
Share, subscribe.
You heard her. Like, share, subscribe. Hit that what button? The notification button. So you know the next time
you see us.
Yeah. Ain't that the cutest thing? See y'all in my next video. Hey, I forgot to show you my basket. It's an early present. This basket was loaded down. Stuff to make a bean soup. This right here says stressed, blessed, and football obsessed. Chow chow for the beans. Kanika sausage. Myers hand soap. Hey, this to go in it. The basket. And Mama, oh. The napkins to go with it. Everything for a game night. A lovely card. And where's my blanket? And a beautiful throw blanket. I'm going to let sous chef hold it up for you. Look at that with the foot. Ain't that something? It's for my Titans chair as well. Yeah. That's for tomorrow. Yes. Early birthday present from a YouTube subscriber and my daughter's mother-in-law, Melinda Phelps. Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. And the basket to boot. Yeah.
Make sure you
subscribe.
Yeah.
I wanted to make sure I showed you this before. I almost forgot about it. Yeah. Isn't that something? Thinking about Tennessee North birthday. Yeah. So, and I almost forgot about my birthday as well. My birthday is on the 11th of October, and I'm leaving for my cruise on the 12th. Yeah.
And I'm
So that's my present to myself. Yeah. Now this is a see you on the next video. Bye now.